back to the storms of the century, an hour devoted to the worst 5 storms of the last 100 years, as chosen by our staff of experts. In a moment, we'll show you the number 2 storm of the century. But first, here's an update on your current weather.
Thank you, Marshall. Looks like a pretty volatile afternoon here for the Midwest and eventually in the Southland, too. So even Chicago, cloudier skies this afternoon, portending maybe a stormy evening tonight. Already lightning strikes and evidence across Minnesota, building down into Iowa. Mason City had a thunderstorm last hour. Also watching a cluster now forming in eastern Oklahoma. Watch out in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Hopefully you guys stay indoors and watch the NCAAs today. In Mississippi and Alabama, already some pretty heavy rain. This has had quite a legacy, too. Quite a few power outages and trees down and large hail reported overnight, generally between Dallas and Beaumont, Port Arthur, Texas. And then it looks like we'll get a resumption of this later on today, and this could be a fairly widespread outbreak. Maybe not as much tornadic, but there will be some large hail and very damaging straight-line winds. And here we go again, Little Rock after a rocky day yesterday, a little downtime overnight, and then we rev it up again this afternoon. Be on your guard in the area lakes, too, including the Lake of the Ozarks, and travelers take it easy on the interstates, including I-40 and I-30. Here's our setup. Again, the high will get out of the way as it does so. The backside of the high, drawing that moisture northbound. This one mass of rain will head into Florida and tend to die out, but this is where the focus is going to be, right there on the warm front. This could be quite an outbreak, too, at least heavy rainfall. There will be very gusty winds and potentially some very large hail. In the Midwest, as said, the colder air is sweeping down, and the fanfare is with rain ahead of it, and then turning sharply colder. Chicago, for instance, highs likely to be in the middle 40s for the daytime tomorrow. Meanwhile, we do see primarily rain, very little if any snow here. Some of these storms are packing a pretty good wallop. Take it easy on Interstate 90 today. The system will race on south, and again, this evening showers are possible in and around the Chicagoland area. The area to really watch, though, even St. Louis now. St. Louis along I-70 and points on southbound. On the flip side, the Northeast in great shape. High pressure, dominant, not all that chilly. There's really not a whole lot of cold air to tap. There's very little snowpack, so this air modifies as it comes down out of Canada. And again, really a banner day here. Boston, New York City, most areas already into the low 60s. There's at 60 in Beantown, 62 on the way to about 70 in Washington. Get out there and check out those cherry blossoms. Unfortunately, as we get into Monday, better chance of rain late in the day in D.C. Then really watch out Monday night and then into Tuesday and Wednesday. May see a storm, an Appalachian snowstorm. I know it's springtime, but it may go out, March that is, may go out with quite a fuss, going out like a lion here, and maybe some snow going, and that'll carry over into Wednesday as well. We'll be back in 10 minutes for another update. Now let's head back to Marshall Cease for the number 2 storm of the century.